I remember being a little ass jit in my 4th grade year of elementary, and my friend tells me about this scary ass game called Five Nights at Freddy's, and I looked at him with that what the fuck face, as I've never heard of some horror game that was basically staying overnight at a Chuck E. Cheese with animatronics coming to life and walking around trying to find you and take your asshole. It low-key had me chilled with the thought of big ass eerie looking animal robots being possessed by dead children coming to hunt you down as a security guard, especially with jump scares that will take your soul out of your fucking body. I went home to do some research on it, as at the time it was when FNAF was getting its rise to fame as a horror indie game, having hundreds of famous YouTubers playing it. And honestly, before I even saw gameplay, I decided to download it and play it myself, which was one of the worst mistakes I have ever made in my life, given that I have never played any horror game before that. My life was all cupcakes, sunshines, and rainbows, free of any horror movies, nightmares, nor creepypastas. And I of course played one of the worst ones to start with, which was FNAF 3 with Springtrap and the Phantom animatronics. I remember loading that bitch up, being spawned in a creepy ass office with some middle-aged guy ear raping the fucking phone speaker with his mic in his esophagus, talking about some bullshit that I was not listening to. Something about missing children, walking live robots, and ghosts, whatever. Just a bunch of hippy dippy baloney. The night was going good, nothing happened pretty much besides me seeing a few weird shit on the cameras now and then, but so far so good. The night ends and I'm like,
this shit ain't scary, it's fucking cake.
Then night 2 comes around and this is where shit gets wicked. I start to see Phantom Freddy walk across my fucking screen and I start freaking the hell out because I'm like, what the fuck is that? Then I just get this weird distorted sound in my ear blasting my headphones, freaking me the fuck out. But then I find out it's the audio error system, so I fix it. My vision fades and that shit freaks me out, so I fix the ventilation error thingy. And so far just the basic game mechanics alone had me shivering in my boots, petrified. But then I see some ugly ass rabbit on my screen first appearing in the window. I open the cameras to check for any anomalies, and as soon as I put that shit down, I see this rabbit in my fucking doorway now. A second ago he was just in the window, now he's around the damn corner still staring at me like a homeless man on crystals watching you walk into the gas station. I stare back at him for a minute and I decide to pay him less attention and open cams. Right as I put the tablet down, I get jump scared by this nigga and fly right out of my seat in real life. The crazy part about FNAF 3 is I was getting raped from jump scares left and right, as you get jump scared by Phantom animatronics for no reason. After that, I never played a FNAF game again, even till this day. I always watched YouTubers play it because I was a scary little bitch, and even watching YouTubers play it, I got jump scared and I couldn't watch. That was when FNAF was in its prime, when you'd get scared watching other people play it, as well as the deep ass lore behind the franchise that's basically the equivalent of today's Christian Bible, as everything is always getting changed and you don't even know what the hell is canon or not, so you watch MatPat to get some knowledge and catch up. The only key points you know is the bite of 87 or the bite of 83, or that Springtrap is this children's serial killer named the Purple Guy, or his government name being William Afton that got stuck in a Springlock suit and brutally mutilated by some nuts and bolts. You realize he has 2 sons, the Crying Child and Michael Afton, and I guess 2 daughters, Elizabeth, who is Circus Baby in Sister Location, and Vanessa, who is a security guard in Security Breach. And you also learn about all the children he killed, possessing the animatronics due to one girl he killed being the Marionette, who was the daughter of William's co-worker Henry, and it's just all fucking confusing malarkey. Getting into the Five Nights at Freddy's lore for the first time is like trying to understand Greek folktale, but times 10. Hella plot holes and vague possible explanations for shit, even having novels to fill in shit that might or might not be canon. The fandom is even more interesting as the music they created was low-key bangers, as the Living Tombstone and JT Music carried, but the fans are unbearable, get it? Because Freddy is a bear, and like, let's not even talk about the Rule Dirty 4. But I'm getting off track here. There is the fun, entertaining aspect of the FNAF IP, but there's also the most notable horror aspect of it, which is what I love FNAF for. You go on YouTube and you see these FNAF analog VHS tape type videos made by fans, giving FNAF a realistic horror type feel to it, which watching those videos can make you tear the hell up with how eerie, creepy, and scary they are. And that's what I think FNAF should be. Downright fucking terrifying, which is the potential it had, as it was already nerve-wracking. But the thing is, FNAF didn't get scarier like it did up to Sister Location. It got friendlier. And this is the part of the video where I venture off from joking around to me crashing the hell out. Because after seeing the live action FNAF films, I am tired of people thinking it's okay to kidify possessed man killing robots by kids who are murdered and make it all sunshines and rainbows when it's not. Starting with the Pizzeria Simulator, which was supposedly supposed to be the end of the FNAF saga, where it was fun and the simulator portion part was kiddie and entertaining, but then it also had the scary traditional part of the game where you had to of course survive 5 nights from from these well-known, fucked up, even scarier versions of animatronics that you've played against in previous games, interrogating a fucked up circus baby, Springtrap, and Freddy, but black, in a dark-ass silent room, and you're just waiting for them to jump at you. That was the last time FNAF was scary to me. Then Security Breach came along and just wiped the entire fucking horror aspect away from FNAF. FNAF went from PG-13 to made for everyone, a family game. The jump scares were whack as hell. A 5-year-old wouldn't even be fazed. Then you got the first live-action FNAF films that fans have been asking for over a decade, and we finally get it. The animatronics look phenomenal as they're life-size practical animatronics that move and all, but my first red flag was seeing that they had red eyes instead of dark, empty, white spectacle, eerie eyes, which everyone complained about along with me, because that just made them 50 times less scarier, but oh well. The movie comes out and I see clips of the fine-ass actress who plays Vanessa just dropping loads of exposition, making the experience less enticing for people who already know about the lore, and more mundane for the people who don't. Josh Hutcherson playing Mike keeps having dreams of the children William Afton murdered for whatever reason, and he's also short. This annoying ass little girl he has to watch all movie makes shit less scary as she becomes friends with the human killing possessed animatronics. And oh boy, the animatronics. Take everything you knew about the animatronics in the FNAF video games being scary and just throw all that shit in the trash. These niggas were making pillow forts with a security guard and this little ass girl. When I saw this shit for the first time when it came on streaming services, I immediately turned that shit off and never watched the rest of it, nor a live action FNAF movie by Blumhouse again. Because how do you make these eerie possessed ass killer robots big cuddly ass stuffed animals that are sweeter than fucking Debbie's zebra cakes? I want these niggas posted around dark corners with emptiness in their eyes, ready to kill whoever the fuck steps into their facility. Literally, they could have made the movie exactly like the same vibe the fan-made VHS tapes gave, but no. They want to make this shit appealing for all audiences to reel in more money and not scare little children learning FNAF lore for the first time, when that's literally always been the point. It's supposed to be scary. That's FNAF's whole identity.
I always come back.
I get the movie was also mainly just a celebration for fans as they were happy to see FNAF animatronics live action on the big screen like headless sheep, but bro, for fans like me who like the horror aspect of FNAF, it felt like they just disrespected the damn IP. At least with the Minecraft movie, there's not much to ruin since it's just a survival creativity game made of blocks, and I know it still had its flaws, but FNAF? How is it hard to make FNAF scary when you literally made Obsession? I know why, and it's to appeal to kids, which is why I despise the FNAF movies. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be that angry Scrooge that ruins the experience because I like what FNAF used to be. Scary. FNAF 1 with the unsettling atmosphere and sound design. FNAF 2 with the new characters and jump scares that made you fly out of your seat. FNAF 3 with the even scarier atmosphere and environment, upping the jump scares up to 11. Well, besides Springtrap, that nigga literally just walks up to you and daps you up. FNAF 4 with these horrifying monster looking twisted versions of the animatronics coming for your 10-year-old ass. Sister Location letting you explore a creepy ass underground base with even scarier animatronics that can open up their fucking face, and the lore being unsettling within itself, making it all a huge creepypasta, and I love that shit. And to me, it got ruined, all for money and wide appeal. I appreciate all the thousands of fan-made games that were created as spin-offs to FNAF that made it even scarier than the originals and more realistic. Joy of Creation, I think, is the best fan-made spin-off of FNAF, making the lore even more intriguing and also the experience even more thrilling, action-packed, and scary. But that's enough ranting for this video. I just wanted to reminisce and rant. Get on somewhere.
Roxanne, all she wanna do is party all night. Goddamn, Roxanne, never gonna love me, but it's alright. She think I'm an asshole, she think I'm a player. She keep running back though, only 'cause